We all got there except for Esme, so that's what matters.
I was looking around for my thing, and I was like, "Oh no!"
I looked at like 5 in the timer, and I was like, "Oh, it's right in front of me! Thank goodness."
This new music is throwing me off because I didn't realize. I'm like, "How much time do I have?" I'm looking at my phone.
It's shorter.
I was like, "Oh!"
It's a shorter intro by I think like 2 seconds or something, but
those 2 seconds are 2 seconds that you don't get 2 seconds to 2 seconds out.
They are indeed 2 seconds. So, hello, Divas, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. Thank you. I'm just drinking water today. Hydration is indeed very important, and that's all I'm drinking. So, yeah.
And hello and hi, cheerio. I am Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, which you do in England, y'all have some tea, UK. I know.
It's some good tea too.
It's some good tea in UK. So you have that tea, hit me up. Period. I am not drinking tea though today. I should have. Next time I will be drinking tea for this podcast. I promise. But I'm just drinking water right now because hydration is important and water is for clear skin. But if I was drinking anything other than my water, which I'll just place it inside of my beautiful cup mug. It'll be my water holder for today. Cup mug. Logan does have one, but just not on camera to show it. But we all have one, so you should get you one too. And you can get it at the description below at lanagscreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally, so there are no excuses. And I'm looking at you, UK. You can have your tea in your cup mug, period.
Every single country that comprises the United Kingdom, even though not all of them are represented on this season.
Everybody who drinks tea, your cup mug, and other cup merch
that none of us own yet, but it's there.
I'm getting it. I promise.
Me too.
Well, I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, but I do have a cute shirt. I decided to wear the very first winner of the very first challenge in Drag Race UK history, and the very first winner of the very first season of Drag Race UK, and it is the Vivian. And yes, it is signed right here because I met her last summer. So
she's dripping.
She is, yes. So I am drinking water, just like lovely Lana above me.
Period.
Okay,
same brand at all.
It's you're drinking.
It's
water.
Okay, then like lovely Lana and Logan. But
nice.
we both have the same brand.
Hi, I'm Esme, and I love these 10 queens. I am here excited to talk about my first UK season, so any references to past UK seasons, I probably won't understand.
You're not the only one.
Hi, Lana. Hi, Lana.
Lana's not alone in not understanding UK Drag Race references.
I am also drinking water, like the lovely 2 people above me. However, I am just drinking my water from my well. So it's not sponsored. It just comes from my ground.
It's sponsored by your house.
It's sponsored by the House of Blackheart. Ooh, House of Blackheart. Ooh, House of Blackheart. Ooh.
I love this. I love this. And we are here. It is the premiere. No.
Oh, Jesus. No.
Sorry, just hear my mom laughing in the background.
I love this. But we are here talking about the premiere of Drag Race UK. Yay! Very excited. This is one of my favorite franchises, and this premiere for me did not disappoint. I was very, very happy with this premiere.
This is my first season of UK, and I have to say this was one of my favorite premieres that I've seen in a minute. It's been some. I thought like it wasn't broken up in two because that always bothers me when we break up the premieres into two episodes. But not that those were bad premieres, but I just don't. I would rather be all done in one. And they were funny. I laughed so much watching these queens firstly enter the workroom. Like they had me laughing from the start. And I was like, man, if this is what it's going to be, I'm going to enjoy this. So I'm excited about watching UK.
I agree. Yeah. So I didn't get to do the cast assessment with you all, and I didn't watch the Meet the Queen, so I didn't really know what to expect with the cast. And I'll be honest, I was a little unsure about how to feel about this cast. Like there were a lot that I liked, but then there were some that I'm like, those are clearly early outs. I don't know if they're up to the level of everybody else. But pretty much everybody that I was kind of lower on exceeded my expectations.
Oh, wow.
So especially one that I was like, oh, first boot for sure. And then
We know.
And then I kind of felt like they maybe should have won this episode. So,
ooh,
yep.
Ooh.
We'll see who I'm talking about later on.
I think I know.
So I'm excited for the season. I also haven't really watched that many seasons outside of the US franchise, and this was a very like fun premiere episode for me. This is probably one of my favorites in recent memory, including All-Star seasons. This is really, really fun. I'm excited for these 10 queens.
10.
Yeah, 10. There's only 10.
It's 10.
There's just 10.
10.
10.
So then we move on because we're not going to say 10 for 15 minutes. We're absolutely not going to do that. And with the two of you, we could possibly do that for a good 5 minutes. So we're not doing that today. David, I think it's
10 minutes.
Look, David, it's going to be up to me and you actually to move this podcast along today because they're not going to do it. That other side is not going to do
But
it.
we can't go wow when we both said that before they got here.
The children.
Right. The children are not going to behave today. So
I feel very attacked because you're attacking the theys. You're attacking the theys.
You should.
We feel
and I will attack the theys till the day I die today because you both deserve it.
To the day you die.
Today.
I am not going to take that back. Not at all. And you will not shame me into thinking I am attacking the theys in my entire life. Absolutely not. Nope. Not you. Not today.
Okay.
So
Whatever
UK.
Not today.
Not today. Okay.
Okay. Shall we start with some entrance looks?
Yes, let's jump right
Yay.
into the entrance looks because
we can. I sure can.
Because that is what's going to happen.
I said Christmas theme today, apparently.
Apparently. It's right around the corner, right?
I went complimentary colors as opposed
blurry?
to Christmas and Here and Me, but I don't know why you're blurry. You're good. Take as much time as you need.
I'm about to say, mute yourself and get your life together. Thank you.
Proceeds to mute herself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Still blurry.
Let's talk colors.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
That's better for now.
For now.
Oh, I gotta switch back here for a second.
Oh no.
I'm back.
There we go. Much better. Yay.
I just
Okay, cool.
I'm about
great.
to say, oh no, not that 3.
Fair enough.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about some entrance looks. They were
Strong. They were good entrance looks. Overall, I was a fan of these entrance looks, and I was like, but then after they all came in and RuPaul came out with their announcement, I was like, oh, I'm glad these were strong.
I'm glad it was a strong bunch of entrance looks for sure.
Yes, for sure. But
and first into the workroom, Tomara Thomas. David, let's start with you this time. We don't normally start with you. So let's start with you.
Yeah. Okay. So I like Tamara. I watched the aftershave with Danny Beard. I don't know if
I
anybody
did
else
as
did.
well.
And she compared herself. She's like, "Oh, Tamara looks like me." And I'm
Tomorrow's
like,
my
"Okay,
winner.
I can kind of see it." But yeah, she looked really good. She comes out with a bang, and I'm really excited about her. I think she looks like she knows what she's doing. She knows how to paint, and yeah, I'm getting all the good vibes from Tamara.
Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
also very excited. I just didn't know if we were going like upwards. I'm very excited for this look. I mean, I like this look. I'm very excited for her. This is my favorite look out of the ones that we see enter. No. Is it a bad look? No. I think it just compared to some of the other ones this season, this entrance, it's not as standout for me. I think that any other season, this would be a very big standout for me. But this, the drag they brought, the entrance looks that they brought, they were all really, really fun and good and just tantalizing and exciting. And I think this is still very good. I think there's just things and pieces I would shift around a little bit or tighten up.
I love that we started with Tamara. I thought that was such a great way to start the entrances as well. And I'm very happy that she is on my draft team because one of my favorite archetypes of queens to cast are really pretty girls that are really funny and dumb and stupid. And I mean that in all of the best ways for Tamara. I love her personality. She is, I don't know, David, if you know, she's actually the drag daughter of Ahura.
Oh,
So there's a
and
lot
I like
of
Ahura.
and I like Ahura. I think
She's not
Ahora's
everybody's
drag
cup
is
of
good.
tea.
She is not everybody's cup of tea. She was lovely at DragCon though. But and apparently Ahura did a lot to prepare and help Tamara, both with like advice and also apparently monetarily. So I think we're gonna see very, very good things from Tamara. I like this entrance look. I think I agree with you with a lot of what you said, Esme. This isn't the most standout look for me amongst all of the entrances, but I do still really enjoy what Tamara brought.
Did Ahura also give her advice on creating a storyline with your roommate or former roommate?
We'll talk about it.
Yes, we will.
I will say this about Tamara. I liked her. And I like this look. I thought it was a fun, easygoing, like very convertible type of look just in case they had to go in to do something else like a photo shoot or anything else. I mean, you don't know what the next mini challenge was going to be for them. So they came in not knowing what the challenge was, what they would have to do. She had on a jacket. She had on, the bodysuit. I like the little details of the flames going up the bodysuit, making that. And it coincided with what's on her boot. I thought she looked great. It was like she could take the jacket off if she needed to, or she could leave it on. I liked it. I thought it was a good look. She looks beautiful, by the way. She was so pretty. I was like, I like her. I thought it was a good look, a good entrance look.
Yeah. Scores.
I am going to give her an 80.
I'm going to give her a 70.
I'm going to give her an 83.
I will give her an 81.
Look at me making David not seem like the bitch this season.
I know. We love to see it. Next up, Banksie. Oh my God. I'm not gonna, no. What I will say, we found out from Banksie, before you dive in, David, that Banksie is the drag non-conforming child, non-binary drag child of Cheddar Gorgeous, who is our most recent runner-up. So I was very excited about that. But go ahead, David.
Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way. I love Banksie. I really love Banksie. Banksie is one of my favorites. Was it the best episode for her? No, but I don't care. I really like her as a person, and I love her Instagram. Watch her Instagram video. If you've seen it, you know that I was very high on her. But as far as this look goes, I think it's a little simple. And of course, we've seen the like star type of look before, as far as like yeah, we've seen it a lot. And this is not one of the best versions I've seen it, but she's got a really good body. So she clearly wants to show that off. She's got the model body. Like, I think of anybody in this cast, she's got the most model-esque figure. So I can't blame her for wanting to show it off. I'm loving her in the confessionals. I really love that look. I'm excited for her. Please go far, Banksie. Please go far.
Echoing some of what David said, I'm really excited for Banksie. Banksy is probably one of my standouts and favorites from this first introduction episode. Very fun to see in confessionals. Again, is this my favorite look? No. I feel like there's been things that have emulated or kind of give me the same vibe that have been done better. I'm not the biggest fan of this wig either. Or this coat pairing with this. I feel like there's a lot of pieces that feel like they were just like, the coat, I feel like especially feels like it was grabbed to just, it needed a coat. And I wish it was a different type of coat. The coat isn't coating for me. But beyond this, I'm very, very excited for Banksie moving forward in this season. I think Banksie has one of these personalities that I'm drawn to. And I'll talk more about Banksie as we move forward in this episode. But I'm excited for Banksie.
I really like Banksie too. I thought she stood out very well in this episode. This look isn't my favorite thing in the world. I mean, it's chains in a very strategic way across her body and a giant coat. And I really like the coat. So I kind of agree with you, Esme. I wish it was kind of paired with other pieces. But I do like the wig and the dress together, but I also don't love the wig. So there's like, but I really like her, and I like the way these things are put together. So it's like, I'm all over the place with this look.
I like the person in it.
Yes, absolutely.
I like Banksie. I do agree with everybody. I think Banksie is a standout in amongst the group. I think she's funny. She's great in the confessional. She just has a great personality. This look for me is a total mess. I don't like any of it. Unfortunately. It's just, I don't like the Star Spangled swimsuit. I don't like the coat. I don't like the red wig. I don't like the makeup. I think this whole look is just not it, but I like her. I'm looking forward to seeing her. Unfortunately, this look just didn't do it for me. But you can't go no wrong with her personality. She made me laugh so much on this episode. So I feel like this is just a little minor bump in the road. But I think it's only up from there. It's only up from there with her.
I love when it was just the two of them, Tomara and Banksie. And Tomara was like, "You're my favorite already." And Banksie's like, "Well, I'm the only one here, but okay." I would have been like, "You better keep the same sentiment when all the other girls come in."
Ooh, and she's related to Cheddar Gorgeous, we find out.
I said that.
I'm sorry.
I'm
so sorry. I was distracted by something.
You responded to what I said.
No.
Oh wow.
No, David.
Is your hat too tight? Okay. Maybe your hat too tight.
Maybe I'm going to be the one to keep everybody on track today.
Do you need some crystal clear water, David?
Oh, no. Jesus. Let us move. Scores, David.
I don't hate this. I gave it a 70.
Oh.
So let me get into this. As you can see, there are 4 stars that are very visible in this. So I'm giving this a 4D.
Okay. Lana?
No, it's you.
You went before me last time.
Did I? Oh.
You did. I'm fine with it. I don't care.
We're all keeping each other in check, apparently.
Okay, well, I don't like this at all, so I am giving this I'm pleading, unfortunately. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'm going to give it a 65. Hey, up, love. It's Naomi Carter. That turned New York somehow.
Oh,
that
Lord.
was bad. Next up is Miss Naomi Carter.
So, like I said earlier, I did not watch the Meet the Queens. So immediately when she comes out, I'm like, I'm obsessed with her voice. I love the way she talks. And then, of course, Banksy says something immediately about it as well. But yeah, I was living for her personality. She seems like the sweetest, like coolest person. What did she say? She's like, Miss Carter, or whatever.
Say hey, Miss Carter.
Yeah.
Oh,
But she did her own version of it. And I
I
thought
said,
It
it was
was
hey,
the
Miss
A Up
Carter.
Love.
Hey, up, Miss Carter. Yeah, I love
right.
it.
Yeah.
But as far as this look goes, it's pretty good. It's a little simple. I don't like when you can tell that the nude illusion is there, and it's pretty obvious for me. But I still like it for the most part. It's a good color on her. Um, this is not what I expected to see from her. This is a little bit more like pageant than what I expected based on her Instagram. But I can't wait to see what she has in the future.
so I'm very excited for Naomi this season. I want to see her postseason. I want to see her try and do something ASMR because I just want to see how her voice works with ASMR.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Like
If she wins and her Wow Presents Plus series is just an ASMR series.
I'm set. I'm watching.
Me too.
Now getting into the look, this is my favorite look. Again, I feel like a lot of my looks I like more come a little bit later on. This is still a good look. I wish there was more tapering in at certain points. There was more billowing out at certain points. There was just more shape, and I wish there was. It's very. I almost want to say flat because it's so one color and with no other like that many accents to it. I wish there was maybe like another accent of a different purple or feathers or something with it to bring a different either texture or color into this. I still think she looks fucking gorgeous in it, but I wish she could have elevated it just a little bit more. But it's the entrance look, and before the season, no entrance looks had ever been judged.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love Miss Naomi Carter. I truly am already obsessed. I feel like by the end of her stint on Drag Race, she's going to be one of those queens where I'm just like, I don't care what you're doing. I just want you to be there so you can say things and be a lovely personality. Like, I feel like I'm going to get that from her. This look, I was very confused because we did do our Instagram review prior to the season, and this is nothing like anything we saw on her Instagram. And she even says later and we'll talk about her runway look, she was like, this isn't something that I would normally do, but I'm going to do it here. And I feel that way from both this look and her runway look later. Is like, is this yours or did you borrow it? Is kind of where I was at with it. I think she still looks great. My biggest issue, because I do agree with you, Esme, it seems a little, I would say one-dimensional as opposed to flat. Like, it's a good look. It's just, there's a lot of purple happening, and I love purple, but I wanted something to kind of offset it. My biggest issue with it is with the purple tulle happening in the chest area, but it's not far enough out to where it blocks the line of her breastplate. And the line of her breastplate was very evident throughout the whole thing. So that was kind of my concern more than anything. But I love Naomi, and I think she looks really good in this look overall.
I feel like this dress did better. It moved better, and it looked better as it moved than it does in this picture because it looks very flat, still very one note. It moved a lot better when she was walking, so I liked it a lot better when she was walking in the runway. But everything y'all said about it, I agree. It's not the best. It shows off the breastplate. It should bellow out. It needs more texture. It needs more accent color, something to make it pop. It's just not popping. But we love her.
We love her.
She's I can listen to her talk all day long and just laugh and enjoy whatever she's saying, and I'll believe anything she tells me because I just want to listen to her. So I do believe, I think we'll get some more of who she is later on in this season. Hopefully we'll get to see Naomi being Naomi, because from what we saw on her Instagram, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great when she does her, but this dress was not the best, but it wasn't the worst. I can say that.
Most definitely. Scores.
I gave her 74.
I'm gonna give her a 70.
I'll give her 74.
I'll give her a 70.
I
I guess.
Having up to a 72.
I also would like to say that since I didn't get to do the draft with you all, I did a draft with my roommates. And the people that I drafted were Tomara, Banksie, and Naomi. The first
Wow.
three in.
Wow.
I love that.
I'm like, I hope they're the last three out too.
We'll see.
We'll
I
see.
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I really don't know. Next up, Michael Marouli.
David.
Yeah, so Michael, I don't know about this one. I'll just go ahead and say this is probably my least favorite of the entrance looks. Like, I don't think it's terrible by any means. It just feels a little bit like local drag to me, which local drag isn't always bad, but it can be for sure. I don't know. I just wasn't excited by this or wowed by this. But it still is decent. What I will say is her personality really won me over. I didn't have the highest expectations for her going into this season, and she's really winning me over with her personality and with things to come in the episode. So I've got my eye on Michael.
I like this look. It's, again, not my favorite, but I think I like this look more than I think the last few that we've seen. I wish there was something more going on at the bottom with this. Maybe, I don't know. I wish there was, it feels like it's half complete because I wish there was something else with it. But I like the chains. I like how it's shaped. I like the interesting angular movements in this, with interesting circular movements in this. So I like this. I like the wig. I like the makeup. I think this is just a fun look. I like the glove. Like, there's a lot of pieces that I like with this, but I still wish there was just something else with it. Like maybe a boot or something.
I actually really enjoyed this look. I really enjoy Michael as well. I drafted Michael and very happy that I did. After this one episode, I think he's definitely going to provide a lot of personality on the season, and I think some really, really good drag. This entrance look, not my absolute favorite thing in the world, but I do enjoy it. I like the way that the chains are draped all over this kind of deconstructed blazer kind of situation. I didn't get the one piece of fabric that she was just holding and then she went, I didn't get that, but sure, I guess. She really does seem to like these updos, so I'm excited to see a lot of updos from her. Updo. And I like the pump. I didn't think I needed a boot or anything specifically, but I liked it. This is a moment where I'm like, OMG, it's not pants. There's no pants. She didn't wear pants.
Oh my God, it's not pants.
It's not pants.
I absolutely love this look. I was a fan of this look. It's giving me fashion. It's an oversized jacket dress is what it is. It's not supposed to have pants. It's not supposed to have a bottom. It's just supposed to be an oversized jacket dress. And what it is that thing we're doing where the boyfriend clothes, where the girl puts on the boyfriend's clothes and it's bigger and it's hanging and that's what the fashion is. If you've seen a lot of runways during fashion weeks, you've seen a lot of boyfriend pieces because that's what's in style. I like this look. I thought she looked good in it. the thing in her hand, I feel like that was the glove, and she was doing the whole, and because she's wearing a glove, we don't know. I can't see her other hand if she's wearing another glove, but I think she looks like very fashionista kind of something you will just see somebody that will wear something on the runway, but you wouldn't actually see them wearing it on the street because it's not really for everyday wear. It's just something that's supposed to be on a runway as a fashion piece, an art piece. It's not supposed to be, it's one of those things where you can't afford to wear it, so you don't buy it unless you sitting on the front row of Fashion Week and you're like, oh, give me that, and the designer know you. But I like the change dripping. I thought her makeup was great. I love the hair. It's giving me very Ursula, very very Bond villain girl kind of look. She's giving me that. I enjoyed this look a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. I would say she was in my top 3 of the looks that I like.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
David?
I gave this a 65.
I'm giving this a 77.
I'm going to give it an 83.
I'm going to give it a 92. I liked it.
We are all over the place, running the gamut. Next up, Kate Butch.
Another queen I went into the season not expecting to like that much, but immediately her personality really won me over. Like she's got one of my favorite personalities, I think. And she kind of like reminds me of Lady Camden out of Drag, like a different version of Camden, whom we see this episode. As far as this look goes, I think it's pretty good. It's a little simple. It's probably what I would expect from her, honestly. Like I don't expect her to ever have the most outrageous or fashionista looks. Like I just don't think she's that kind of queen. I think she's more of a host, somebody that's in the club, like I don't know, just kind of performing and engaging with the audience, and it's not about what she's wearing. But this is a decent look. I really don't have any issues with it. I think it's a pretty fabric. I really like that like dark. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like almost like a
brocade almost.
Sure. Yes, that word that I've heard of before. Yes.
It's not silk charmeuse, so I wasn't really all that sure, but I think it's more like a brocade fabric.
I was gonna say like burnt burgundy.
As far as color is concerned, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a brown and a burgundy together.
Yeah. But I do like it, and I like her.
Yeah. I also really, really enjoy her personality. I know she doesn't seem like I said that she doesn't seem fully like a look queen, but we are fully judging the look right now, so we'll get to that later. This is not my favorite look. I really enjoy her personality, though. She's probably in my top for personality-wise, like entertainment-wise. I really enjoyed what she brought to the confessionals, the energy she brought into the workroom. Somebody I think that will keep me entertained this season. Hopefully her looks can do that too.
I actually really like this look, and I do really like Kate. I think her personality was lovely. I like this look. It feels a little, it's very period piece. It's very like giving a specific character, and I'm happy to see it. I like the hair. I like the headpiece. Yeah, I like her a lot.
I like Kate. I think Kate is... Esme, please stop typing. I'm sorry, it was bothering me. I agree with you, David. I am definitely in agreement. I don't think she is going to be that queen that gives us fashion forward, glamorous, I think her stitches, she's the housewife, she's the host, like I said, she's the mother of mothers. Like she's a rich mother, but she's a mother of mother. Even with her Instagram looks that we saw, she was definitely more of she is the rich auntie who comes in from Paris from time to time, and showers the nieces and nephews with some money, and then she flies back out. Like, that's what she gives me, and I love that. I think this look it fits well. It shapes. It gives her a good shape. She's hilarious. I enjoyed her personality so much this episode. I'm here for that. I'm here for the Kate Bush drag that she's going to give us, and I think she's just going to give us a lot of just clean, precise, fitted well, tailored looks. And that's perfectly fine. I don't need the pageant the whole time. Sometimes a simple, basic, beautiful fitted garment is, and I think that's what Kate is going to give us. And I'm excited to see it.
I loved when she was introducing herself too, and she was like the singer, but with a T for legal reasons.
For legal reasons.
I loved it. If there's one thing you're gonna get overall from UK Drag Race seasons, it's comedy and polish. Those are the two things that you can kind of always count on with a cast like this. And I absolutely love Kate. So,
I love that.
Scores.
I'll give her a 71.
I'm going to give her a 60.
I'm gonna give her an sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna give her 80.
I will give her an 83. Sure, 83.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
There we go.
Ladies
and gentlemen, the queen has arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, her.
Miss Cara Melle.
So, once again, I'll remind everybody, I did not watch the Meet the Queens.
We know.
So, when she came out, and then we get her confessional, and she starts talking, and I'm like, oh, wait, I'm confused. I could have sworn she was the American queen. I guess I was wrong. I guess I completely misunderstood everybody. Maybe she lived in America a little bit, but she's clearly British. And then you find out, oh, she was just putting on
from
an
Atlanta,
accent.
Georgia.
Yeah, but she definitely got me there for a second.
She got you.
She did.
She got you, gal.
Yeah. But no, this was absolutely one of my favorite looks. She comes in with power. She comes in with force, looking like a warrior, and she's making a statement. And I think everybody was a little shook when they saw her, to some degree. She reminds me of one of my favorite US girls. I'm not going to say who, because we don't do that on here. But if she has a trajectory like this person, we'll be seeing her at the end.
I know.
But yeah, I really love her, and I really love this look. This was honestly her episode, I thought.
So, from the moment she was the standout for me, love her personality. This look is great. This hair is great. Her entrance was great with the thumping of the scepter as she walked, and she already has a scepter. Now just give her the crown. As she walked in, I love how this fits her. Her body looks fucking great. Her makeup looks stamped. She's stunt. She's mother. She's the priestess. She's the Holy Spirit. She's everything.
She's my age. Which is wild. I think, at least. I think I remember that right. No, I love Cara. I think she came in with such a presence, and thank God she did, because it was all being judged. But I did really enjoy this. I love the wig and the way that it's just so natural, and it's so very she just looks like a woman because she is a woman, and I love this. The whole garment is great. Nasty. In the words of Eve the Bunny, nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All I will say, and this is my only thing that I need to say after that, in the words, and y'all about to be real proud of me, in the words of Miss Sasha Colby, she is a GODDESS, period. Cry. That's it. That's it. That's the tweet.
Oh,
Send. Scores, I'm assuming.
Yes.
I'm going to give her a very strong 83.
I'm gonna give her a very stronger overflow.
Sure. Yeah. Duh.
That's it. That's the tweet.
That's the tweet.
Oh,
Next. Oh,
Did you do your scores, Logan?
I said duh.
duh.
Oh,
Was the
okay.
score.
Oh, duh is now a score.
Yes.
Also,
Okay.
by the way. I forgot that that's a relatively new thing. Next up, Ginger Johnson.
You're not
speaking
supposed
to with copper top.
Yeah, you're not supposed to wear red and green. Oh, that's orange and green. I don't know who said that.
Oh, it's orange. I think it was Tomara.
Was it?
Where
Okay.
Tomara was the one that was like, oh, it's orange.
Mhm.
Look, first of all, I'm going to say this. You all are really making this hard on me because my brain, my whole life, when I see people, I'm instantly reminded of somebody else. And I'm always like, oh, this person looks like this person. Oh, this
Yeah.
person looks like this. I do that with everybody, not just
Sure.
drag queens. She reminds me of an older version of a Drag Race UK queen. And I'm not going to say who, but the whole episode, I was like, you are this queen in like 15 years. But it's uncanny to me. But anyways, as far as the look goes, I think the look is pretty good. It's a little bit of an assault on my eyes, seeing that shiny orange with the green. But I still like it. I feel like I'm getting a good sense of who she is by wearing this. And I really like her personality as well. I could see her doing very well this season for sure.
Similar vibes. I feel like she can do really well. This look reminds me of if somebody anthropomorphized a Venus flytrap in the Flintstones. So I like it. I don't, but sorry, I keep looking at her face, and this is not a great screenshot of her face in this one particular photo.
It's intentionally bad. You can see the look very well, but the faces are intentionally bad.
Right. No, but she looks. I like this look. I love this hair with her. I always love a good ginger hair. This is a good. I think this is just fun. Is it a little busy? Is it a little eclectic? Yes. Do I care? No.
I really like her as well. I found her very intriguing throughout this whole episode. The fact that she said, I'm a helium balloon in the shape of a woman is, I think, one of my favorite things I've heard on Drag Race in a very long time. I really enjoyed Ginger. The look is not my absolute favorite thing, and ultimately I do think it comes down to the fabric. It's just a little bit too busy for my taste personally. But I like the cut of it. I like this sort of like bias cut with the kind of strips happening. The shoulder pieces are fun. I just wish it was in a different fabric and I wouldn't find it nearly as like busy. But overall, I like the dress as a concept and I like her a lot. Lana.
I like Ginger. I do. I like her a lot. She is another one that just made me laugh during this episode. I feel like, you know me, I like an older queen. I just tend to fall for the older queens. And I'll say seasoned queens, not older queens.
Sure.
We're not older, we're seasoned, baby. But I liked her. I like this outfit is fine. This outfit is fine. It's what I would. I think it's the same thing as what we said about oh Lord,
Kate?
yes, she's going to give us clean, tailored, polished looks, She's not going to be that glamour girl, that fashion forward girl. She's not going to be that. She's going to give us some good, clean looks. And like I said, I think that's perfectly fine. I enjoyed her. I thought she was good.
It's going to be polished within her specific aesthetic, and her
Yes.
aesthetic is very specific.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
scores.
I'll give her a 67.
I will also give her a 67.
I will give her a 77.
And I'm going to give her, you know what, a 77 as well.
Period.
Sure.
Period.
DeDeLicious. Sister, not daughter,
Mhm.
sister of Crystal Versace.
Mhm. And I love Crystal Versace. She was the one that I wanted to win her season, at least of the finalists, I'll say. And I know that's kind of a hot take with a lot of people. But as far as this goes, I'll just go ahead and say it. This is my favorite of the entrance looks. I really like this a lot. I thought she looked great. She looked so severe. Like, I really love like how defined her makeup was. Great wig. This was giving me all the drag I wanted. She was reminding me of a first out queen that I love from a different franchise. And I'm hoping she has a much better trajectory than that queen had. But the whole episode, I was like, oh, I see it. I see it. But I won't say who. But yeah, I did love this look.
No, not teasing people. I want to know, but I don't want. I'm not telling.
I'm not going to say anything because the comments have said don't do it.
I like this look. I love the gold and blue. It's a very, at least where I'm from, it's a.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Not this.
Logan, you give yours. Well,
Okay. The color palette for me is interesting. I have a specific bias with this color palette because these were my school colors for like the first 21 years of my life. Like literally my school colors were always blue and gold. So I have a specific, like, what's the opposite of affinity? Rejection for blue and gold, I guess. But I do like this on Dee Dee. I think Dee Dee looks lovely. The makeup is there. I completely agree with you, David. You can tell that her and Crystal learned how to do makeup from the exact same places, but do it in such a very different but similar way. I love the shoulders. I love how the cape billows down. The bodysuit is ornate but still very simple. It's a fabric choice that I think isn't too busy, and I like that we have all of the solid fabric to go against that. I like Dee Dee.
All right. Sorry, my roommate is talking to my mother. I was going to say, I don't know about like the rest of y'all, but where I'm from, this is very common school color palettes. And then you went in and said what you said.
Literally from like elementary school to college.
So it reminds me of that. I like it. There's pieces. I wish the belt around it was more of the same color of inside. It's a little distracting because it's just slightly more yellow than orangey than the. I mean, I think that's the right term. Than the inside of the cape and what is over like the whole body suit. So this is very fun. This is very good. I love the shoulders, like Logan said. I love this blonde wig. I love the makeup. I think this is good. I just think the one thing I would shift is the color of that belt.
I liked the look. I thought she looked great. I like that. I love a good blue. I agree about the school colors because I think from the time I was in high school, blue was primary, the color that was a part of my high school years. Even when I transferred schools, I went from blue and gray to blue and white, and so it was like, okay, blue is a thing. But I like this blue with this gold. It looks pretty. I like the pattern on the bodysuit. It fits her lovely. I love that she continued that into the shoe and didn't just stop it at the ankle or anything and didn't, because that would have drove me nuts. But I think she came in with a very good entrance look. It was big enough to be draggy, and the hair is big enough to give you that drag feel, but it was also easy enough to take off that jacket and do whatever challenge they threw their way if it was something that she needed to. I thought she did a good job. Really good job.
I know we like the wig.
Yeah.
But do we like the wig later?
We'll talk about that.
I had to.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
I had to. Scores.
I gave this an 86.
I'm giving this a 90.
I will match that 90.
I will give it an 85.
Work. Vicki Vivacious.
She's so fun. I love Vicki. She's another, like, I keep saying they're some of my favorites, but like I've been saying that about pretty much everybody, so that's hard. But yeah, I do like her. I like this look. It's hard to go wrong with a black and white look like this. There's just something about her mouth. Every time she's smiling or opening her mouth, I'm like, okay, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just giving me drag mouth. Does that make sense?
Yes, actually,
Okay.
it does.
She's got a case of the drag mouth, and I'm living for it. But yeah, I think she looks really good here. And one of the best personalities, although I'm tired of hearing about the military already. Tired of it.
Military.
Yep. Me too. Me too.
Is this the new branding? It's mine.
Hi. So I understand what this look is going for. I like it. I hate the shoes with this look. I hate the shoes with this look. I love the hair. I love a lot of the elements. I love it from knee up. That's what I will say. I understand the drag lip. I wish it was a slightly darker color. But I like this. I think the shape of the lip looks great, but I wish it was just a slightly different tone, shade or color to it. I don't know. And I wish there was more of a necklace with this. But still a fun look. I love the striping. I love how the coat tapers in. I think this is a fun look. Again, different shoes, please.
And I couldn't agree with you more. This would have been my favorite look had it not been for the shoe.
But the shoes.
The shoes. I love this, and I am a really big fan of Vicki so far. Also, out of drag. Very attractive. I was like, oh wow. Okay. Not what I expected. I'm also sick of hearing about the military every 5 seconds. However, I like her a lot. Her personality's great. I love this wig. The whole the pasty bag clutch. I love that.
There's not a seagull trying to grab it this time.
No, not like in the Instagram review.
Mm-hmm.
I like this look. It's a perfectly great look. I like it. I don't really mind the shoes that much, but I like it. That's it.
Scores?
82.
I'm gonna give this a sensible 77.
I'm gonna give it a 91.
I'm gonna give it an 89.
2 different ways of not giving this a 90. And last to walk into the workroom, Alexis Saint-Pete from Poland.
If you didn't know, she was from Poland. She's from Poland.
Is she from Poland?
I think she's from Poland. I've heard that somewhere.
I loved when she was like, if you can't understand what I'm saying, turn on the subtitles. And also just laugh because I'm funny.
David.
So Alexis reminds me She doesn't remind me of anybody, actually. She's one of the few that didn't like immediately remind me of somebody. But
Really? Because I did.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
the accent kind of reminded me of somebody, but that's a different story.
Sure.
But I really like her. Like, she clearly likes to sell sex in her drag, which honestly, this cast is not giving me that as a whole. So it's kind of like a refreshing quality here, because we're used to seeing a lot of queens like this, and now it's mainly just one. But yeah, as far as this look goes, it looks really good on her. It's a little simple, but I'm not going to hold it against her. She knows what works for her, and this works for her. So what else can you say? And she's great too. I love her personality.
Sex. I liked this look. I'm intrigued by her. I'm excited to see how she does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something and then I lost the train of thought. I don't fully understand what's happening with the leg socks things, because it looks like there's two pairs that are like at the ankle. There's that one line, and then there's the line at the upper thigh. I'm like, I don't understand what's happening here, but I still think it's fun. I was gonna say something and I forgot it, so I might have to interject when it's my turn to give a score. When it's my turn to
Or we could just move on. It's not really that.
yeah, no, like I'll give it
important.
when it's time to
I
do
was
my
about to say, I don't
score.
even think it's that. If you forgot about it, it probably wasn't that important.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel about when I forget stuff. I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't that important for me to remember.
Yeah.
It wasn't important for me
It
to
wasn't
remember.
relevant enough for me to remember.
Exactly. But go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I really like Alexis as well. I liked her a lot more than I thought I would. I didn't think I would dislike her necessarily, but she gave a lot more personality than I got out of her from the Meet the Queens, and that's really the only thing we've gotten from her thus far. I think the look is on the more simple side, but I think it's very effective in conveying exactly, what she wanted to present with her entrance look. I wish there was a little bit more color to offset everything, like maybe if the basket was a different color. Or something along those lines, other than just having the scarf. But I still thought it was good overall. So
It was a simple bodysuit. The spirit of Brooke is taking over me right now. It was a simple bodysuit.
Oh wow.
That's it. It was a simple body.
Reflected in your score, Lana?
Probably, because I wasn't thrilled with this. I wasn't I wasn't like wowed by this at all. I was like, okay, you're selling sex. That's what you do. You came in a simple bodysuit. It wasn't anything interesting. I want, if you're just going to sell me sex, at least make it interesting, because we see sex all the time. We see things that are sexy and are supposed to be sexy. So make it sex interesting. She didn't make it interesting for me, but she is a lovely person. I want her to. We'll talk a little probably later in the episode. We'll talk about her confidence. I need her to be more confident in herself and know her worth as a queen. But hopefully, we'll see that journey throughout the season. But this just wasn't it. This didn't wow me.
Scores
79.
I'm gonna give Alexis Saint-Pete Griffin a 69.
Nice.
Nice.
Very fitting.
Yes. I will give her a 72.
I'm gonna give her 50.
It really was reflected in your score.
It wasn't. I wasn't wild.
Yeah. So RuPaul walks in looking like RuPaul, I'm sure, and RuPaul is RuPauling this season. And we find out that the first challenge is going to be the Fierce Impressions Ball, where you're going to serve 3 looks. And guess what, kids? You're already wearing one of them.
Guess what, David?
I'm already wearing one?
You're already wearing your first
This
impression
is your
look.
first. This is the first look we're gonna judge you on. Is your Vivian shirt
My Vivian shirt.
Yep.
in the bottom? No kidding.
No.
My
And
outfit.
we love
In the
Vivian.
bottom.
Oh, no.
Just
Well, we
kidding.
are on the bottom here.
I was gonna say y'all are on the bottom.
You're
row,
on the
so
bottom.
Lana
Club
and I are gonna lip
Tickety-Boo.
sync for
I'm
the
putting her
wins.
at home.
Club
Yes.
Tickety-Boo.
So the
Ooh.
second set of the looks is going to be Club Tickety-Boo. It's
Which-
bring a club look.
Which RuPaul has forewarned us that she just learned Tickety-Boo. So we're probably going to hear a lot of that this season.
I just
Tickety-Boo.
learned it too.
So
I did too.
Tickety-Boo. Here we go.
Tickety-boo. Tickety-boo.
It's better than much better.
Oh, okay.
Nothing's better than that.
Yes, there are a lot of things better than that. But
Would you say it's much better?
no. But what is much better is our fabulous panel of international drag race contestants here for some reason, and I don't care. And David's favorite person is here.
Yay! I have a few of my favorite people here.
So we
Well,
have,
mainly two.
I was going to say, there's two specifically. We have
Yes.
Jimbo, Silky Nutmeg Ganache, the queen of sad twerking, Sminty Drop, the goofiest host alive, Nikki Doll, Blue Hydrangea, Pangina Heels, two Pangina references in the last 2 weeks.
Mhm.
We've seen a lot of Pangina Heels on our TV, and I'm happy about it. And Lady Camden, who I loved seeing again. I love this group.
Did they just leak UK versus the World season 2?
I hope not, because I hope not.
Yeah. I was like, I wonder who the UK audience is like least familiar with here.
Silky?
Maybe I was thinking maybe Nikki.
I think it would probably be Silky or Nikki
Yeah.
for sure.
Sminty was a pleasant surprise. I didn't expect she
was
seems like the odd one out here, but
A little
love
bit, but I
Sminty.
love it. Yeah.
And I'm happy she was there.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I love most of these queens that I know. I don't know all of them, and the ones that I don't know, I'm sure they're lovely people.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know Sminty or Blue.
No, I don't really know Jimbo that well either because I stopped watching. I stopped watching the All Star season she was on.
Wow.
I know two people.
And it's Jimbo and Pangina.
Oh,
Or
no,
Jimbo
three people. Three
and
people.
Nikki.
Oh, and
Yep.
Nikki, right?
Yep. And I'm about to say, I know I've heard of Blue Hydrangea. I will say that.
Right?
But I only know and seen three of them.
You've seen Silky too. You
No,
saw
I
her
have
lip
not.
sync against Jimbo in All Stars.
I did not pay that much attention to it, so I did not know.
Wow.
No, I did not know. I don't know her.
The one person that has lost a lip sync to Jimbo is unfortunately.
And that's the
Silky
week I did not
Nutmeg
watch.
Oh.
I wasn't even on the podcast that week.
Ganache. You weren't.
I wasn't even there. So yeah, I don't know her. It's unfortunate. But she looks like a lovely gal. A lovely
She
woman.
is.
She is.
So
Very lovely. So,
yes.
2-time finalist of
Oh.
various drag race franchises.
Well, good for her. She must
We
be
don't
awesome.
talk about her performance. Well, actually, we do talk about her performance on All Star 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're gonna very quickly just score
Just
the
score.
Club Tickety-Boo
Yeah.
looks. Just score, nothing more than score. Maybe a quick comment, but we're doing it very
I'm okay with not commenting, but I think my scores are going to factor in how they actually delivered the look too. It's not just.
I'm
be
gonna
based
agree
on the-
with that.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be about how you delivered it because that's
Yeah.
really what this was. I think this was more of a performing
Mhm.
challenge, like how well you deliver it, and not more about the look. So I feel like
Here's a runway. Do what you want.
do what you do,
What are
and
you
we'll
gonna
judge
do?
you on
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah, because literally that's what it was. I think that's a fair statement to say that we're just really basically judging off of their performance.
Yep.
But yeah, let's
It's
do
like
it.
90% for me. It's
Oh,
going
it's
to be
pretty
performance.
much that for me too. Like
Right.
I might even say 91, but go ahead.
First up, Tomara Thomas, David.
89. Killed it.
Yeah. I would say 80. Killed it.
85.
89. She slayed. That's what she shined.
Banksy.
Let's go with a good 47.
A good 47? David!
She did what she could.
A
Question mark.
good 47.
And I just realized this is not the same look as her entrance.
No,
look. I
it's
thought
not.
it totally was.
It's
Nope.
not.
Nope. And that's
go with
It's one
unfortunate.
of several people that's wearing an adjacent garment.
Let's go with a stellar 60.
I'm actually going to match your 60.
I'm going down there with David in the 46 range.
Is it a good 46?
It's a good 46.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Naomi Carter.
She was good. I'll go with 82.
I'll go in. I'm gonna match 82.
I'm actually going to match that as well, 82.
I am not matching with you all, so I'm going to go with 85.
Work.
There we go.
Michael Marouli.
Oh, she was good too. Let me think. This is so similar to her first look.
But different.
Not at all.
Not at all.
It is. It's black and gold again.
It's the same
It's a
color,
different silhouette.
but a whole different
A
silhouette.
whole different thing.
Man, this is why I thought they were wearing the same thing, because everybody did like something in a very similar color
I
palette.
feel like they were probably told to bring an entrance look and an adjacent look.
I think
Right.
you are right.
Correct.
I'll give her 85.
I don't really remember what she brought to this little stage. Sorry. I didn't fully rewatch this episode after I watched it, so it took me. There was bits and pieces that kind of went on my brain, but from what I remember, it wasn't bad. So I'm gonna give her an 80.
I'm gonna give her an 87.
I'm gonna give her a 93. She was slaying the runway. She was moving. I loved it.
Okay, Butch, not wearing at all the same thing she wore into the workroom, but
No.
wearing the same bow.
Kate, I'll give her a 65.
This was fun. I knew what she was trying to go for. I'll give it a 66.
You know what? I need to amend my score because I was trying to remember what she did, and now I do remember. She was really camping it up. She talked on her shoe phone. I'll give her a 77.
I'll give her a 70, actually.
I'm gonna give her a 73.
I'll give her a 72. I thought she was good. Man.
Cara Melle, baby.
Yeah, definitely one of the standouts for me. Probably the standout for me in this. I'll give her 90.
Sorry, I'm shaking because my cup is a little overflowing. So.
I can do this. I can do this and not spill.
Me too, because I have nothing in it. It's full for me, baby.
I'm pouring my water in this, and it's more than this cup can hold because it's definitely overflowing.
Work.
She worked. She worked. Period. Cheers. Ugh.
Ginger Johnson, also not in the same thing she walked in with, but incredibly similar and the same fabric.
Yep.
That fabric.
Again, aiding my theory of I think they were told to bring two looks that were very, very similar.
They must have been. Unless they're like, let's go ahead and use our makeover looks now.
Could you imagine?
Stop.
No,
Although
I'm sure
let's
that's
cut
not
their
the case.
looks out a little bit.
Right.
Oh, God.
Let me give her a 56.
I'll give her 55.
I'm gonna give her a 63.
I'll give her 60.
DeDeLicious pre-wig reveal, not really reveal, her wig fell off.
Reveal.
Not in the same garment she was wearing, but I'm pretty sure she just took off the bottom part of her bodysuit and added feathers.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. It's unfortunate about the wig, but she was killing it.
Oh, yeah.
Up to that moment. And she handled it the best she could. I'm still going to give her 87.
This is the best wig reveal on Drag Race, period. So I'm giving her I'm giving her a 70.
I'll give her an 80.
I'll give her a 70. 70. That's it.
Vicki Vivacious in the same color palette.
Yep. She did a good job. I'll give her 80.
I'll give her a 78.
82.
She was goofy in the best way possible. So I'm
The
going
worst
to.
way.
Oh, you know what she said?
If you just let me correct myself in the best way possible. I'm sick of you guys, all of you. It's an 85 for me.
Good for you, Lana.
Is it in the 85 in the worst way possible?
In the
Lana?
worst way possible,
In the worst way
85.
possible.
Yep.
And last up, Alexis Saint-Pete.
She was really good too. Despite almost falling off the stage. 83.
I'm gonna give Alexis Saint-Pete Peter Pumpkin Eater a the boos were breastly boobing in her face. So with that, I'm gonna give an 88 because 8s look like boobs.
I was also going to give it an 88 for that exact reason.
I love a good nip slip, a little boop boop pop outage. So I'm going to give it an. I love a boop boopy doop. I love it. I love it. So it's an 80 for me.
Word.
8. 2 boops.
Great. Well, we then find out once we get done with Club Tickety-Boo, we find out that the final part of the ball is Fierce Impressions Eleganza Extravaganza. So bring your signature drag. It's like, for once, I want it to be like the runway themes on season 2, where it's just like best drag, funniest drag, sexiest drag, and it's like, sure. But we do have some workroom stuff to talk about. The first being Cara and Banksie have this conversation while taking their makeup off with olive oil. Now, I'd never heard about this. I had heard about using coconut oil, which is what Cheddar Gorgeous said on the aftershave, and I was like, I did know that. But I didn't know about olive oil. Regardless, the conversation is around Cara and her recent coming out as trans, and that she had applied for the show 6 times prior, or this was her 6th time applying. So presumably she's applied for the US franchise.
Or Thailand. No.
Or she applied for UK versus the world. I don't know.
She applied for UK versus the world. She was
Canada.
the 10th queen that was supposed to be on UK versus the world, and they just didn't cast her.
There we go.
No,
but I really like this conversation because it made me think about all the girls that have done Drag Race, and maybe they were not transitioned the first time that they did it, and I'm like, I wonder if that's dysphoric to just watch those seasons back, like.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't have to worry about that, and I think that's so lovely for her. Like, I'm excited that her very first experience of doing Drag Race, she feels comfortable in her skin. She knows who she is. She's letting the audience know who she is too. So I'm super happy for her. I really like this conversation.
Yeah. As a trans woman in this conversation, was really happy, and always am so happy to see when it's a trans woman on the show when they've on the main stay of a show, not just All Stars, when they've already have come out. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that she was able to get on after coming out. I mean, she mentioned it, that like, we don't know how she would have done if she wasn't out, because there would have been that whole like thing of like struggle there, and that isn't there as much. Like, you know, there's still always going to be struggle with gender identity and dysphoria, no matter how long you are in your transition. But I am so happy for her that she's here now, and that we get to see her, and that she's on our screens, and that she's here, and that she is openly out and is trans representation for the UK, and for people, and for kids, and for people who are watching this.
we didn't talk about it earlier, but we also find out that Cara and Tomara, I love that Cara and Tomara, are roommates. Very much so echoing the experience of Tamara's drag mother in like the most, like in the like literally living in London with a roommate who's Black from a different country.
Mm-hmm.
Like the parallel there is wild to me. And we'll see, I guess, some drama from the roommates next week, which I'm very excited to see. But we also got the next day in the workroom as they're getting ready for the runway, we got Michael and Vicki talking about how they've known each other for so long. They're both older queens and like reminiscing on their experiences and being like, we've done so much in our careers already, and now we're at Drag Race, and it's like things can only go up from here, but we've already done so much. So it's just like this full circle, very emotional moment for both of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always love to see an older queen on the show, but yeah, to be honest, I don't think of them as being that old, because Michael's a year older than me and Vicky's 2 years younger than me. So I'm like, oh, I'm at that age, am I?
I guess so.
But no, I thought it was a really nice conversation to be had. And at first I was like, why is not Ginger there? But Ginger's only 34. I didn't realize that. Well, and that's no shade to Ginger.
Well, and also Vicki and Michael have known each other for
right.
like 15 years. So I think that also has something to do with it.
True. Yeah. But yeah, I love to see older queens succeed. So I hope they both do.
Yeah. Most definitely. And then, the drama. Because DeDe, from the time they come back into the workroom and they're like setting up their stations, DeDe's like, well, I better know this lip sync song. She's like, I'm prepared to do whatever I need.
I love a self-aware queen.
We love a self-aware queen. And then she decides to play some mind games with the person that she thinks is going to be in the bottom with her. And when asked by, I think, Cara, who DeDe thinks would be in the bottom with her, she just straight up says, Alexis.
Mm-hmm.
And the mind games begin.
And she doesn't just say like Alexis, she keeps going into it.
She's like, I'm just very confident in my abilities, and like, you don't want
to
lip sync against me,
should be
girl.
worried. I don't think it's gonna be Alexis. Alexis should be worried. I'm gonna send Alexis home. Alexis, pack your bag.
And I kind of lived for it a little bit. I felt bad for Alexis, but I loved DeDe being this kind of villain already, and I'm kind of here for it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah, I think my interpretation of it was pretty different than how they were trying to edit it, and apparently how you all perceive it. I thought she was just answering the question honestly. Like, she had to say a name, right? And she gave an explanation for it. And there's not a lot to go off of, so maybe she just
answered it honestly, but I feel like she kept going into it is the thing.
I didn't get a malicious vibe from her. It was more like matter of fact. I think she was explaining that they were the two people that kind of had a stumble on the stage and the Tickety-Boo thing. So, I mean, it made sense why she was saying that. And then it seemed like I was getting more like sass from Alexis, because Alexis was the one who said, oh no, you don't want to lip sync against me. That was Alexis who said that, not DeDe, right?
Alexis said it. DeDe said it first. Alexis said it after.
Okay, I guess I missed that.
I think what added to it also is Kate being like, mind games, girl.
Yep.
Mind games. And I think that just added to the whole perception for me of it. And especially because then it's talked about later in the Untucked, where Alexis was really like affected by it, and she's like, I shouldn't have let it affect me nearly as much as I did. So I guess that's all from the workroom, and we're ready for I love I forgot to turn off the loop.
Oops.
Just looping the whole time was we
just play it the whole time underneath the whole thing. Absolutely.
Having a shout. I think this look.
I think it's lovely. Category is Fierce Impressions Eleganza Extravaganza, the longest name in the world to just say, bring something you wear all the damn time.
Or fee for short.
Fee! I do love that. But first, we have our fabulous judging panel. RuPaul in a garment.
Mm-hmm.
The garment is indeed garmenting.
Oh, you don't like it?
I don't like it, and I will tell
Oh,
you
I
exactly
really
why.
like it. I
I
really like
hate
it.
the bodysuit underneath.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's such a bad color for her skin tone. I think it would look really good on someone with either a darker or a lighter skin tone, but with the very specific shade of gorgeous caramel skin that RuPaul has, it blended in. It looked as though I thought it was a full like up to the neck at first, and I didn't even really notice that it wasn't. But I love the bright yellow piece over it. But Michelle looking like Michelle, Alan Carr looking like a star because there's a star on his jacket, and guest judge Kristen McMenemy, who I had no clue who this woman was before this episode, and now I want her as a permanent judge on every Drag Race franchise ever.
Mm-hmm.
You are taking my lines. I was about to say fire everybody from every series and put her on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say it. I don't care if it's recency bias. My favorite guest judge ever on any series.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say it. I loved her.
She's up there for me right now with LaToya Jackson.
Okay.
Because I love LaToya. I love LaToya on the show. So it's LaToya, Leslie Jones, and Kristen McMenemy for me.
That's fair. She kind of gave me like a Sandra Bernhard vibe a little bit. I was obsessed with her this whole episode.
I knew you when you were nothing. You better gag the fuck out of RuPaul.
We got Michelle and the fuck ass Bob. We got Kristen. We got Kristen serving Victorian ghost realness.
Like a ghost.
We got RuPaul serving, and we got Alan Carr.
RuPaul serving banana taffy realness.
RuPaul serving chewed up yellow bubblegum.
Sure. Let's talk about these fierce third impressions, I guess.
We're talking about their fee looks.
Their fee! And first up, Michael Marouli.
Michael, I was so wrong about you.
Damn,
I was so wrong. I thought you were a first boot. I thought you were a first boot for sure. But then you came out in disco pants like this. But the disco ball is the pants.
Mm-hmm.
This is insane. This is one of the best things I've seen on Drag Race UK, period. I love this. Like, this was incredible. Just the whole shape is so draggy to me. Her delivery of it was spot on. I love the spikes as an added touch. This was my favorite of the night.
This is a stellar look. Mad Max, drag, disco. Love the.
I was gonna say disco Mad Max.
Like disco Mad Max. Love the wig. Love the little spiky little. It's like it also kind of reminds me of like sea urchins and like fierce sea urchin realness. Mad Max disco. Bitch, mother, mama, yummy, yummy.
Gay words.
Gay words. You were serving fish, fierce mama, face mama, down the runway, padded to the gods, mama. Yeah.
Not fish. Anything
I can say
it. That fair. Okay. I love this from Michael. I love that it's leather or faux leather, I think, in the corset bodysuit situation, and then just the fucking hips on her, like the silhouette is so perfectly done. This updo with the rainbow. This is like if a Karen was gay, and I kind of love it. I think she looks incredible. So, scores.
I gave her a 90.
Mm-hmm. I'm giving her a full.
Duh. Oh, Lord, not that. Next up, Alexis Saint-Pete.
I really like this. I think this was another one of my favorites this night. Yeah, she is really showing off her Polish culture in this. She's showing off sex again, but I think this is a big improvement from her entrance look. I really love the flowers in the hair. Yeah, everything worked for me on this one. Very good job.
I'm going to give Alexis St. Peter Fond, or I'm going to talk about Alexis St. Peter Fonda's look. I love the red. I love this red looks great on her with the black and the little bits of like flower embroideries. This is a very fun look. This is my favorite look that she brought. Is it similar to the other things that she brought? Yes. Is this the best one that she brought? Yes. I think if my score might get taken down just a tad bit because it's similar to what we saw, but this is not a bad look.
Yeah, this is my favorite of her three looks from this episode. I love her in this like slick back blonde moment with the headpiece. Everything just looks so intentional and so polished and well done. I really loved this from Alexis. And whatever she did, there was a little bit of difference between what she did with her makeup on the first day and to the second day. And I think whatever she's doing here, I can't tell exactly what it is, but I really like it a lot more than what we saw with the other two. So, scores.
I'll give her an 86.
I will give her a 77.
I'm going to give a little bit Alexis Saint-Pete a 75. Ginger Johnson.
Yeah, she looks good. It's a little bit mom drag to me, you know. It's not my favorite fabric, but I did like how flowy it was with her as she walked down the runway. That's a plus. It's really not bad by any means, but it was my least favorite look on the runway for this specific category. I was kind of surprised she was in the top. But yeah, not my favorite.
Yes, this is mom drag, but not going to really fault her for that because I think that's kind of generally more of her style. Looking through her Instagram, seeing what she's done, this doesn't surprise me. I like this look. Is it my favorite on the stage? No. Do I like it for her? Yeah. I like this. I didn't notice until it was up close when it was like during the critiques that you could see the smiley faces in it. I liked that. I liked the camp that she brought with the flowers. She knows how to sell on the runway, at least so far, and that was fun. I think that she brought a good performance on the stage with it too.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think the performance of this whole runway really elevated the look that otherwise is a little bit more simple. I love this because this is, I don't think we've ever really seen anything like this on the show. And so I'm really happy that we're seeing this side of drag that really is kind of like, we see it in drag, but it's more so the icon queens that haven't been on Drag Race. So this gives me, like, she's in the same drag universe for me as like Varla Jean Merman, Coco Peru, like those queens who I love dearly. And so I think that's why I like this a little bit more. I like the wig. Everything looks very well put together. And we found out that she made everything in her package except for one look, which I think is incredibly impressive as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, scores.
I'll give her a 73.
I will give her a 75.
I'm going to give her an 82. DeDeLicious.
She looks so much like that queen. I'm not going to say it, but she looks so much like that. And it's a compliment. I really like this. This was another one of my favorites of the night. She would have been in my top if I'm being honest, for sure. Yeah, I think red.
Even all three?
Yes. Yeah, all three for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. She was my favorite entrance. She was one of my favorite in the middle part, and then probably my second favorite here. But yeah, I think red is a really good color on her. Something about how pale she is like really goes well with it. It's like almost vampiric. But yeah, I really like the size of this. It's so extra in the best way. That's my kind of drag queen. So I love this.
I like this. It's not my favorite. I don't know. I share something. I don't love the cut of the panty. I don't love how where the slit is, where the slit was decided to be cut. I think she looked like she was struggling a little bit down the runway with it. I think there was bits and pieces that I wish were a little bit better with this. I think she seemed, I don't know if it was that she was a little struggling with it or that she was nervous because she felt like she was gonna have to lip sync. But this wasn't my favorite. But it wasn't my least favorite either.
This was actually my least favorite for this category. I don't think she looks bad by any means of the imagination. My difficulty here is the cut of the skirt and the fact that the entire panty is exposed. And I don't think that was intentional. Because I think the slit is just way too high. It looks like a piece of fabric.
It matches
wrapped around
perfectly
her
though.
waist. But I still think it's a piece of fabric. It looks, I understand that it's all matched and it's like, it's perfectly matched.
My point is, I think that it was a choice because why else have it match the exact color?
I think part of it was supposed to be shown, but I don't think, it doesn't seem like it was this much of the panty was supposed to be shown.
Yeah. I don't love that personally. It looks like
she's literally pulling it so you can see it. Like, look at her hand.
I know, but even then, when she's walking on the runway, it's still incredibly visible, even without her holding it. So, but I don't think this is bad by any means of the imagination. It was my least favorite on this runway. So, scores.
89 for me.
60 for me.
I'm gonna match that 60. Cara Melle.
Yeah, this is so beautiful. It's giving me kind of an Akasha silhouette from Queen of the Damned. And she's using her signature colors. I think they're her signature colors. They're definitely giving me caramel. But yeah, I love the headpiece, great wig. It was so good. It was so good. I really, if they didn't do a lip sync for the win, I think she probably would have gotten the win. Yeah, she had such a good episode.
This is she's just gorgeous. This is a gorgeous look. I love the details within the headpiece of it being like all these men in the headpiece. I didn't even fully clock that it was like that the pieces of fabric were also like silhouettes of people until she mentioned it. This is just really unique and fun and gorgeous. And I love how the skirt goes. I love the top. I love the bracelets. I love the hair with the curl coming, with the wave coming down. This is just a great look. She looks fucking phenomenal.
Would you say, Esme, that this is unique?
I'd say it's unique.
Not that. I mean, what is there for me to say other than she did what needed to be done? I'm not going to leave the banner up because I don't want to block Esme. But there's really nothing else I need to say. This is one of the coolest things I've seen on Drag Race in a long time. Scores.
I gave her an 87.
Duh. I'm assuming duh is better than overflowing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Banksie.
I really like this. I think this was easily my favorite look from her this episode. Sure, she couldn't really walk too well in this, but I don't care. I did not care one bit. I thought she actually kind of made it funny and campy as she was just kind of scooting along down the runway. And I love the judges' comments about how it was going to take them forever. But she looks so good. Like, and it's giving me like that street art, which is what Banksie's known for. So I like that we're getting branding from her. Great wig, great makeup. Yeah, one of the best of the night for sure.
This is like reminding me of like the Bride of Frankenstein and or like Tim Burton-y Banks. Like, this is just great. I love this here. I love how this is so tight, obviously so tight around her body. Actually, they were having like, but this is great. They know how to style their body, and this is stellar. This is great. Yeah.
I had to change the banner slightly because they did what needed to be done. This is my favorite look of this runway. I think it's so fashion. It's so perfectly done. Banksie you can tell through this one episode that they have such an awareness of their body and how things look on their body. And I love that. Oh, the way the updo is up doing it for me. I love how tight the skirt is, and then just this giant, which we can't really even see the train. So I'm going to take that out for a second just so we can look at that again. The fact that she hand painted this as well. I don't know what this pattern is supposed to be. I think it's just supposed to be random and wild and out there. And I think it's just so good. Oh, it's so good. So good. Nasty. Score.
Yeah.
I gave her an 86.
I hate to do this back to back, but duh.
Duh.
You taught Esme the duh score.
Yes.
And now she's gonna abuse it.
we have plenty of things yet to teach her about scoring. There are other scores. There are increased degrees of scoring.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna abuse it. Yeah.
Vicki Vivacious.
Okay, Vicki, I like this. So my favorite thing by far in this is the hips. Like, those are some extreme hips, and I always complain. I'm like, give me some shape, give me some shape. She is not gonna let me. She's not gonna let me complain about that for a second. She looks good. She looks polished. I think it's a little on the nose, though. I feel like this is like, ooh, Americans, what would you do for a British look? So I'm a little surprised to see a Brit going this direction. I wanted something more about her. So it's still good. It's still good. There's not too much to complain about.
Now, I can remember, was she the one that was in the military?
I don't think she was in the military, but she's like serving the military.
Mm-hmm.
They serve her, so she wants to service them.
I forgot about this because as soon as one of them said, the queen is looking down on us, I'm like, she looking down.
Alan Carr, she's not looking down. We all know that.
She's waving up from the fiery pit. Anyways.
You're going to get hate for that.
I don't care. She wouldn't like me, okay? I can say.
Anyway, what did you think of this look of Vicki Vivacious?
This is fine. It's not my favorite. I love the hips, curves and swerves. But yeah, this is a fun look. Is it my favorite? No. It feels almost a little costumey, but I like it still.
I think this is very polished and well done. It's not my favorite look on the runway. It's not a theme that I think is ever going to lend to my favorite looks. But with that being said, what she did do was polished, clean, professional. Whatever that Alyssa Edwards whole line was, like clean, professional, precise, like whatever that was, that's what Vicki did. And I was impressed with it. So, scores.
80.
76.
It's still a 90 for me. Kate Butch.
So the look itself is fine. It's not my aesthetic by any means, but I really loved. I know. Shocking, huh?
Truly shocking.
I loved her delivery of it, though. I really thought like skating down the runway was a nice touch. I was so confused at first. I'm like, why does it look like she's gliding when she first walked out? Because I didn't realize she had skates on yet. I'm like, she really knows how to move without like bobbing up and down at all.
She's doing the tiniest of steps. No, she's rolling.
Right. She was rolling. But yeah, the look itself, meh. The delivery I thought was good.
This is not my favorite look. I understood what she was going for. It just wasn't executed in the best way for me. I love how she performed it down the runway, but this just isn't one of the standouts for me on the runway tonight. But I think again, her personality is probably one of my favorites.
It's giving me very oh no, Carol Burnett.
Okay.
Curtain. Like that's what I got from this. I think ultimately, I think I would like this silhouette. I like the silhouette. I like the way that it has like the ruffle on the neck and the ruffle on the sleeve. I really do like that. I think for me, ultimately, this just comes down to the fact that I don't like this fabric. It's very dowdy. I don't get the like emerald green panel underneath. I don't know why that color with this garment. This like grayish purple and like mint green, just the color combination does not work for me at all. And I think that's kind of what this boils down to. But I like the wig, and I think her makeup here is really, really good.
The fabric's kind of giving me like 1980s tablecloth.
It's giving grandma's couch.
That too.
Yeah, like that.
It has a little bit of a smell
aesthetic.
to it.
Oh, it smells like mothballs.
Yes.
Obviously. Or at least mine did. Scores.
Based on her delivery, I'll give her a 74.
I'm gonna give her a 70.
I will split the difference and give her a 72. Miss Naomi Carter giving Miss Diana Ross, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love a good homage to Diana Ross. I was a little confused why she was doing Diana Ross because I felt like this was a time to show us who you are. And I really am starting to feel like she didn't show us quite who she is in this episode, unless her Instagram is lying and not showing us who she is. So it's hard to say. As far as this look goes, it looks very nice. Like she really pulls off the Diana illusion very well. Something about the color of her dress and the color of the coat or Korowai, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
No, that's
I
just
know,
only
I know.
specifically down under.
I know. They don't go well together for me. The colors just kind of clashed in a way that kind of was off-putting. But overall, like I think if she got rid of the coat, I would like it much better, to be honest. Overall, she still looks really nice.
I think she looks stellar. Similar thing to what David said. I wish she brought something that at least felt more like her Instagram, I guess. This feels like more of an homage to somebody else than her. This isn't a bad look, but I think I would have liked to see this for a different runway, I think. Again, I think the colors look great on her. I love this blue with this orange and this orange against her skin. I think I just wish it was maybe for a different runway.
I think she looks incredible, but I through this one episode for me, I had to remember she's only 23. And I think she's still trying to figure out exactly who Miss Naomi Carter is. And that's fine. And I'm excited to see sort of like maybe we'll get like the evolution of who Miss Naomi Carter is on the show. But given that, you know, the first gown from at least what we saw, and I would say as well from her promo image as well, only really the Club Tickety-Boo look gave me what I know Miss Naomi Carter to be from the perception that we have so far. Like this, I love the Diana Ross tribute. I think the gown is fine. I think it's a little ill-fitting in places, but I don't think it's inherently negative. I love the wig. I think the hair here is incredible. This hair hat wig is hair hat wigging. And the coat is lovely. But this is what you bring for basically signature drag. I'm interested to see what else you bring.
Right. I'll say quickly. I'm not getting Miss Naomi Carter from this. I'm getting Lady Beyonce Campbell from this. Thank you for laughing.
You're welcome. I find that's so funny. I don't even remember what I was going to say now. It's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine. It wasn't important enough, apparently. Scores.
77.
77.
77.
Ooh.
Sure.
Let's just keep it.
And last up, oh boy, Tomara Thomas.
Look, I thought she had a pretty good episode. And yeah, this didn't go how she wanted. She had her wing malfunction. We've had so many malfunctions on Drag Race. Have we ever had a wing malfunction?
I don't think so.
Maybe. I'd have to really
There's
think
only been
about
a few examples.
True.
So
yeah, I think she really needed the wings to be successful for this look to be pulled off completely, because before the wings were up, it's pretty basic. There's not a lot going on, so I really felt bad for her. Because she did so well. She could have been in the top if she had a really successful look here. I think she could have been one of the top queens. So it was kind of sad to watch.
This was definitely sad to watch. Where this flaccid wing. With
these flaccid wings, she carries her.
God, I wish Lana was still here.
Oh
She would leave.
No.
I wish that, like, you know, if this happened, I wish she could have played it off a little bit better and tried to be like, this was the plan, it's broken, like, and played off like, oh, it's like a thing of like, oh, like it's a clipped wing, it's a broken wing, played off that. But I think it frazzled, and that's fine. I think this is a fine look. I think if the wings were fully
erect,
not gonna say it.
Oops, I did.
Well, Julie.
At full mass, it would have come across better, but I can understand. I can see the vision. I can see what was supposed to happen with this and where it was supposed to go with this. But even if it was fully there, I don't think this would have been one of my favorite looks. And I think with the sad, flaccid wing, yeah. Logan?
With these flaccid wings, she carried her dreams. I think the look is really good. It is really unfortunate that she had the malfunction, but I think still, even with that, I do really enjoy the look. I wish the skirt was anything else, quite frankly. This is a piece of fabric wrapped around her waist.
One tug and it's down.
One tug and you're seeing her panties, which I don't think she would be all that upset about, if I'm being honest, from what we know of Tomara. But I love this wig. I love the sculpted corset situation. I think that's really strong. I definitely think she would have been in the top had the wings worked.
Mm-hmm.
So it's unfortunate
But
I
just
think
like her
72.
dream, just like those wings, her dreams were crushed.
Yes. Scores.
Tamara, I love you. Tamara. Based on potential, I'm going to give her a 78.
Based on potential, I'm going to give her 70.
I'm going to give her a 73.
And that's all of them.
Not Tamara. I hate
We'll
her.
see her tomorrow.
We will, because she was safe. So we get some results. We get some safe queens and what we presume to be tops and bottoms. But instead, RuPaul announces that no one's going home.
Yay!
No one goes home.
That's all I ask for every season. Just
Me too.
give us 2 episodes of everybody.
I was thrilled. About
Nobody
that.
went home.
Nobody went home.
Is that a quote?
No.
No.
I'm just being stupid.
Yes. Me too. But we get a top 5. And our top 5 is Alexis, Cara, Ginger, Michael, and Vicki. Now, there's someone in there for me that I think I maybe would have swapped out.
I think maybe, honestly, there could have been an argument that I would take out 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's really hard to judge.
What are the 3?
So yeah, definitely Ginger would go.
I agree with that.
Same.
I think I might take out Vicki.
I wouldn't.
And then I'd have to really think about it with Alexis. But I do.
I would have taken out Alexis.
Yeah, that's right. I definitely think Michael and Cara Melle were absolutely in the place they should have been. Well, Michael actually should have been in a different place.
I agree. But I think I would have taken out Ginger and Alexis, and I think I would have swapped them with, honestly, for how polished everything was, Miss Naomi Carter.
Okay.
And I think, honestly, I think Tamara.
Yeah.
I think Tamara.
Yeah, looking at everything, I would have Tamara in the top 5, and I would have had DeDe in the top 5. I know that seems to be a hot take. Man, and if everything else was better, I would have had Banksie up there because I really liked that last look.
I would have had Tomara switched out for Ginger.
Okay.
I think if that wing would have not been clipped.
I think if the wing hadn't been clipped, I think there's a justification to put the roommates in the top 2.
Fair.
But we kind of already talked a little bit about the Untucked. Nothing really happens other than, they fake out the girls. They're like, who do you think is in the bottom? Plot twist, everyone's in the top. And we hear Alexis saying, I should have never doubted myself, when DeDe was like saying I was going to be in the bottom with her. Like, I shouldn't have doubted myself, and I need to work on that. And it has me a little bit nervous for a little bit, Alexis.
A little bit.
I'm a little worried, but we get our top two lip sync, and we have Vicki and Cara in the top. I understand it, but for me, I would have done Cara and Michael.
For me, I would have done Cara and Michael.
Yes, for sure.
We're all agreeing. How cute and lovely and wonderful.
Can't wait for this snap to happen again.
I know. It usually doesn't. But we get a top 2 lip sync to Ooh Ah,
Just a little bit
by Gina G, which I'm pretty sure neither of you had ever heard of this song before.
Are you kidding?
I'm pretty sure one of you had never heard of this song.
I had.
I'm pretty sure we all had heard of this song before.
This was a big hit in the 90s.
But do you know what this is from?
No, but I've heard of it. might have heard the song before.
In fact, I will let you both know that this is the 1996 UK
Eurovision.
entry into Eurovision.
Okay.
So she
Well,
represented.
I didn't really listen to Eurovision. I don't know Eurovision, but I've heard of the song. So
I wasn't alive when this represented at Eurovision, but she came.
It was a big
eighth
hit
for the
in the
UK.
90s
It was a
in
big hit,
America.
Yeah.
I wasn't in America in the 90s. I wasn't here in the 90s. So
I was here for a little bit. But regardless, this is one of the few, up until recent years, this was the only song that had really transitioned from the Eurovision market into American pop music. I love that we had this song. I wish both of them could have moved better. It's kind of my big critique for the whole lip sync as a whole. I don't think it was a bad lip sync at all.
God, could you imagine Banksie trying to lip sync to this in that dress?
That's the reason she wasn't in the top.
That would have been a sight to see.
I would have loved to see that, honestly. What do we think of the lip sync?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I think so. Cara Melle like straight up said, "You expecting me to lip sync on this to Gina G?" I thought she did as well as she could. Like,
yeah.
If she had been named the winner, I wouldn't have been shocked. I did think Vicki was slightly better, but it wasn't a blowout by any means.
I thought Vicki was better, but I wouldn't have been upset if Cara had just won the episode. But like, I felt like their outfits were a little bit of a disservice to them performance-wise in this, because they both, I don't think, expected to have to lip sync in what they were bringing.
No. Now, imagine a DeDe and Alexis lip sync to this song in the outfits they were in. Alexis eats. Well, DeDe would have just taken off the piece of fabric wrapped around her skirt, so it would have been okay.
Then you would have seen all the panties.
You would have seen all the panties. Every single panties. Bitch.
But it would have been a killer lip sync, I think.
Probably. I'm excited to see both of them. I'm excited to see everyone on this cast lip sync for various reasons. But we do have a winner of the first episode of Series 5 of Drag Race UK, and it is indeed Vicki Vivacious.
Vicki Vivacious.
Vicki Vivacious.
Vicki Vivacious.
I was happy with this. I was like, sure, yes, great, love it, wonderful.
Yeah, there wasn't a world where I thought she was going to win this episode until the very end. So it was a bit of a blindside for me, but I'm happy for her because I do like Vicki a lot.
Was it a bit of a blindside, Butterbeans?
Blindside Butterbeans.
Blindside. No one watching this is going to get that reference.
Nope.
But it's fine.
We all got it. That's all that matters.
We all got it. That's really all that matters. Next week, we have an unconventional material challenge. Yay! My favorite challenge. I'm very excited. And we get drama with the roommates. I'm very excited to see what the drama is.
It kind of makes me sad.
No, because they're going to resolve
I like you both. Don't fight.
I'm excited for the entertainment. And I hope they make up very quickly. But before we go, we have a draft update.
Oh my God, a draft update.
Draft update.
I have zero stakes in this.
I know. I was like, it's just me and Esme in this one. So, currently sitting in 5th place with 6 points is Brandon, who has Kate and Banksie. In a tie for 3rd is going to be Kev with Naomi and Alexis. And me with Michael and Tomara with 7 points each. In 2nd place with 7.5 points is Esme, who has Cara and DeDe. And currently leading our draft is Brooke with 9 points with a team of Ginger and Vicki Vivacious. So, just for context as well for our draft, because this week was different from the way we typically score drafts, we decided to give Vicki obviously 5 points for winning the episode. And we gave Cara 4.5 points for being in the top 2 lip sync. So,
Mhm.
just for context, if people were curious. But
And in my draft with my roommates, I'm in last because all three of my people were in the bottom.
oh no, well, they were safe. They
You were
in the
safe, so you got
bottom.
some
They were
points.
safe. But thank y'all so much for joining us for our 2-hour premiere. Because that's just seemingly what we do here. Actually, this is a lot faster than we normally do premieres. So, with that being said, make sure to hit all the buttons that say you support us. And if you hit the dislike button, go ahead and hit it twice. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Cup Pod for all of our most up-to-date cup news and our funny moments, because we are some funny bitches. And while y'all are down in the description, you can follow all three of us on Twitter. Go follow Lana on Twitter as well. And go get your cup merch, including the cup mug, available with the link in the description. So, with all that being said, friends, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheerios.
Diva.
Goodbye, Dave.
Goodbye, Diva.
Goodbye, Dave.
Diva.